Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another Crypto and Chill show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, crazy market yesterday, but we're gonna get back to it. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Shout out to LB Crypto. What's going on, sir? I see you in the chat. Hope everything is well with you. What's going on to Six and he says Solana and Algorand is skyrocketing. Yeah, we're gonna definitely take a look at the market. What's going on to Granddaddy Gohan? He said algo. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So let's get straight into this. Um, before we continue, check out the Trendsetter Cryptocurrency course. You know what I mean, for the beginners. Because once we start mooning, I'm not looking back. Okay, so BTC is at 46,000 right now after it had a flash crash to 42 yesterday. Ethereum is at 35. ADA is at 249. Um, the market has been pretty interesting today. We've had a lot of going up and down, going up and down. Just people taking profits here and there from what it looks like. ADA is at 249. Solana, shout out to the Solana gang in the building, is at $204. Um, Honestly, somebody's got to tell me what's going on with Solana. Did they release a new project? Or I mean, I've been looking, but I Solana has been pumping the last 2 weeks. Something beautiful. Can't deny that. I wish we can see that for some other alts, right? XRP is at 113. Dogecoin is hovering around 25 cents. Algorand, woohoo, $2. Yeah, it's good to see Algo doing its thing. Loving that. So VeChain, about 12. So yeah, the market, I mean, it's very interesting where we're at right now. September historically has always been not necessarily the best month for crypto, but we'll see. I mean, it's still the beginning of the month. There's a lot of time left. And you know my motto, buy at the dip, but this ain't financial advice. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. Shout out to Ricky Webster. Appreciate you, bro. Peace to you, sir. What's going on, Young Jay? He says Ada to the moon. Yes, sir. See Frank in the building. Peace, fam. Peace to everybody. Um, and so today the main topic is we're gonna talk about utility and adoption. I think this is very, very important because a lot of questions I get are about price, price, price. And that's cool. Let's be honest, right? We all here because we want to make money. Let's keep it a buck. But some of you guys are just throwing money at any coin because you hear somebody tell you it's good or this is the next coin to blow, or some of you might even be putting money into Solana and you don't even have an idea what it does, right? So in this stream, I want to talk about adoption and utility. Sometimes I use these words interchangeably along with usage, but this is my main criteria because to me, if you're investing into something, you got to know what you're investing in. So if you were ever to talk to somebody about it, you're able to explain it to them, right? But also, we're going to go over some things where some people have the mentality that, oh, if ADA, for example, gets to $10, I'm going to sell, which is cool. I'm not knocking that. But are you going to sell and then buy back in, or are you just going to sell everything, right? The reason I bring that up is because imagine somebody who got into Tesla or Apple stock early on, and then they sold everything when it got to $10. Well, where's Tesla right now? Last time I checked, and that was like a day or two ago, it was like 465. I couldn't tell you where Apple is right now. So, what is my point by talking about price? The price is always going to go up, right? Yeah, it's going to go down as well, but I'm speaking long term. It's going to go up, down, up, down. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, there were people back in 2012, 2013 who had crypto, or even 2010, and when Bitcoin got, for example, to $10, right? They're like, "Oh, I sold." Now imagine if they would have hodled or taken profits and then reinvested, stuff like that, depending on their strategy. And they're still here today. Whew. So what I'm saying is, when I'm talking about macro, I want people to start thinking about long term, about longevity. Um, because here's the thing: blockchain ain't going nowhere. Now we're talking about assets, right? In regards to cryptocurrency, digital currency is the future. You're already seeing this. We showed you the evidence already. 4 years ago, there wasn't no El Salvador. There wasn't no El Salvador. And if you're talking about digital currency, even though it's not crypto, the digital yuan, was it around 4 years ago? I don't know. I don't think so. I never heard of it 4 years ago. I'll tell you that. So I want people to start thinking about it, because it's when we start talking about blockchain technology, it's a big, big world. Now we're gonna stick to crypto on this one, obviously, because that's what this is. But I want people to start understanding what utility and adoption is. And I teach that extensively actually in my course for those who have taken it, those who are not familiar with it, whatever. But this is just like a little sample. I'm not really going to go too heavy, because, we're going to talk about a lot of different things here, as well as show some videos too. Okay. So let's get to some news today. Shiba is now released on Coinbase Pro. Now, I already thought that happened, but I guess I was off. It was at the custody before. Now it's on Coinbase Pro. Now, historically, anybody who's familiar with Coinbase, whenever they tend to list a coin, then usually within a week or two, then it lists from Coinbase Pro to Coinbase. Make no mistake, Coinbase, they saw what happened with the Doge run. And now that Shiba Inu is listed on Webull, Coinbase is not going to want to miss out on those profits. They are a company first and foremost, right? So Coinbase is gonna do this. And once again, obviously, I had mentioned in a prior video that there were rumblings about Shiba Inu being listed on Webull. That happened. Facts. Now it's on Coinbase Pro. Okay, cool. Now if it gets listed on regular Coinbase, then I'm two for two. Well, two for three. If it gets listed on Robinhood, then I'm three for three. So it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. And Shiba did pump today. Obviously, we can see that it pumped today. And make no mistake, Shiba Inu, whether you care for it or not, for me, I've already made profits off of it. And for transparency, I'm probably going to be in this bull run, depending on how it goes. I'm looking to probably, and once again, this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. I'm probably going to be taking like 80% profits out of Shiba and then trying to reinvest in something else. And then I'll still hodl like a small, 20% that I'll keep in the Shiba swap for life or till whenever, right? So let's talk about utility and adoption today, because that's today's main topic. And for those of you that are here, if you could please hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate that, because these streams don't get a lot of views. If I were to talk about something else, then we probably would get more views and more following. But alas, it is what it is, because eventually the sheep, as Maddie G likes to call them, they will catch up. And when it's that time, I'm just going to send them this link because I'm not going to be going over certain things that I'm going over now because we have to keep it moving, right? So without further ado, we have to talk about, before we talk about adoption, we have to talk about the history of money, right? Why is that important? It's important because we got to kind of see how did we get to this point, okay? Now, if you look in 9000 BC, gift economies and barter were the earliest ways recorded of conducting transactions. So, gifts, right? Like they used to give stuff like myrrh, spices, food, stuff like that, donkeys, animals, stuff like that. Probably other things as well that I'm forgetting. Granddaddy Gohan says views will come when FOMO kicks in. Yeah, definitely. And like I said, when that happens and people want to know stuff like adoption utility, I'm just gonna send them this video because when the FOMO happens, we're not gonna be talking about stuff like this. So all of this stuff for people who are veterans, this is just gonna be like a refresher for you. For people who are nobs, I hope you get something out of it. You know. 11,000 BC, miniature replicas of the items were exchanged, were used in China as currency. Quite inconvenient as your own money can sting you. Okay? And then 700 BC, the first official currency was minted by King, and I'm going to butcher his name, Aliadis in the kingdom of, is it Lida? Modern day Western Turkey. The Lydian lion was made of electrum alloy, a combination of silver and gold. Whew, I wonder how much that would be worth today. 700 AD. Okay. Paper money appeared in some forms during the Song dynasty in China, but became official during the Tang dynasty around 1100 AD, which then brings us to Marco Polo, 1200 AD. Marco Polo travels into the Asian region, brought the idea of paper money into Europe, but it wasn't until 1661 that the first banknote was issued in Sweden. Now let that sink in. Let that sink in, guys. Marco Polo traveled the Asian region, right? In 1200 AD. That's where he learned about paper money when he was in Asia. So he brought that back to Europe, but it wasn't implemented until 1661, over 400 years later. Let that sink in for a moment, guys. Let's continue. 1792 AD. During the Coinage Act of 1792, the US formalized a currency system and appointed the US dollar as the official currency of the US. Okay? So a little bit over 131 years later or so, the US dollar is implemented in 1792. I bet you a lot of y'all didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest. 1933 to 1971, President Franklin D. Roosevelt closed banks, recalled gold, and built up the U.S. reserves. President Richard Nixon then removed the fixed exchange rate between gold and U.S. dollars. This is critical because what Nixon did basically, and what Roosevelt did too, let's be honest, what they did over, 70 to 90 years ago, or 50 to 90 years ago, excuse me, um, it is what really brings us here, right? Nixon, by removing that rate, because the gold always backed up the dollar, okay? And coincidentally, or not coincidentally at all, is once Nixon did that, inflation skyrocketed. Okay, and that is the catalyst to where we are. One of the main catalysts, actually, if not the catalyst. 1946, John Biggins of the Flatbush National Bank of Brooklyn and New York created the first bank issued card with the charge it system. Okay, Some of you may know them as credit cards, debit cards, which brings us to 1950. Frank McNamara created the Diners Club card, which allowed cardholders to pay at restaurants and get billed after. So that 1950 was when credit cards kick in. Now, here's the interesting part. When credit cards first came out in the 50s and 60s, right, when they were starting to be adopted, a lot of people thought that was the mark of the beast. And a lot of people think crypto is the mark of the beast. And I've already addressed that in another video, right? So let's continue. 1990, Coinfinity.com and X.com merged, giving birth to PayPal. Sending money peer to peer directly using the internet became possible, and the e wallets revolution took off. Now, a lot of you guys may know a guy by the name of Elon Musk, or as BitBoy Crypto likes to call him, Elon Muskrat, right? And he's actually one of the founders of PayPal. So it makes sense to me why he's so bullish on crypto, right? It makes a lot of sense to me because he's one of the founders of PayPal. Shout out to Six Sounds with the $5 super chat. Always appreciate you donating and contributing to the stream, brother. You're a real one. You know what I'm saying? I mean that. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. 2009, which brings us to 2009. A mysterious developer known by the alias Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, a decentralized and anonymous virtual currency. Okay? So this is a quick, and I know this is very quick. I mean, you can go in depth, but listen, we're not going to talk about this in depth because I think that this does a great job of talking about it. But this shows you guys kind of like a roadmap, right? If you look at it, it's kind of like a map to how we got here to Bitcoin, how we got here today to cryptocurrency, right? And make no mistake, this is not ending. And wherever the path leads to next, you are right now, you listening to this, yes, you in the chat, you're part of history. These are exciting times. So strap on your seatbelts because, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking off to the moon. Now, when we're talking about adoption, okay, now we understand how we got to this point. But let's talk about what is adoption. Now, there are 5 stages to adoption, or typically what people consider 5 stages, right? Is the innovators. I like to call those the innovators, right? I'll tell you guys where we're at. Innovators are the first individuals to adopt an innovation. Innovators are willing to take risks, youngest in age, and have the highest social class, have great financial lucidity. Okay? Now, the innovators are the guys that got into crypto, like Satoshi, Nakamoto, Gavin Wood, Charles Hoskinson's, Vitalik Buterin, among many, many more names. A lot of names that you guys probably will never hear of, or names that have been forgotten, or names that you not necessarily forgotten, but yeah, there are probably a lot of forgotten names, but also names that the average person just doesn't know, right? And so the innovators, they got their bread, right? If you, to me, if you got in the space between 2009 to 2015, you're like in that innovator group, okay? That's just what I think. Or matter of fact, 2009 to maybe 2014. Okay. Now let's talk about early adopters. This is the second fastest category. Individuals who adopt innovation. These individuals have the highest degree of opinion leadership among the other adopter categories. Early adopters are typically younger in age, have a higher social class. Okay. Now early adopters, who once again, I'm just throwing out random years because I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you're wrong, Solo. It's not that." It's okay. I'm just throwing that out, right? But early adopters are people who came after 2009. I don't know where I would place them directly. Okay. Now, early majority individuals in this category adopt an innovation after a varying degree of time. The time of adoption is significantly longer than the innovators and early adopters. Early majority tend to be slower in the adoption process, have above average social status. I think that anybody who's in here right now in crypto currently, you are part of the early majority or trendsetters, as I like to call it. Now, late majority, anybody watching this video after January 2022, you're the late majority. Okay? You're the late majority. Basically, individuals in the category will adopt an innovation after the average member of this society. These individuals approach an innovation with a high degree of skepticism after the majority of society has adopted the innovation. Late majority are typically skeptical about an innovation, have below average social status. Okay? Now you're wondering why after 2022? Because where we're headed, and with all the evidence that you see, I mean, I don't know how you cannot see it. El Salvador adopting crypto. 6 months from now, who knows? There might be other countries adopting, you know, cryptocurrency officially. Digital currency being adopted by China. It's inevitable. When I go to my local gas station and I see this, I see this. I don't see a phone booth. I don't see I mean, they have the regular ATM, but those are going to be probably phased out here within the next 10 to 15 years. And by regular ATM, I'm talking money. But when I start seeing this around in gas stations, right, where I live, and I don't live in a big town or big city. I live in a, small town to medium size town. You guys know where I'm at. When I start to see this around gas stations, convenience stores, and my cousin then sends me a picture of the same thing in the middle of beaches in the middle of San Diego. That lets me know that adoption is inevitable. And yes, I'm sorry, I had to quote Thanos because you guys know I'm a nerd. Adoption is inevitable. Now, Thanos didn't say that exactly. Thanos said, I am inevitable. And when I look at crypto, I, I get the same sense. And when I say that, I'm saying that cryptocurrency is inevitable. It's here. But a lot of people are sleeping on it. A lot of people are sleeping on it. Those of you who are watching right now, you're wide awake or you're trying to wake up. This is like the Matrix when Neo took the red pill, right? Everybody's still, everybody's still taking the blue pill, just going through life kind of as zombies. And I don't mean that insultingly, but people aren't really paying attention to what's going on. And there's an old adage or an old saying, follow the money. Because whatever it is going on in the world today, and there's a lot of chaos going on in the world, a lot of corruption being exposed, a lot of politics, right? A lot of people that are being uprooted. People, you saw what happened in New York. They got that governor out of there. And don't be shocked if it happened to other places too, in the USA, Chicago, Wisconsin, other places, California, right? Right now, we are in a time where it seems to be a lot of chaos going on. But remember, even though we're walking through darkness, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, right? And so you have to understand that if you're in the market right now, in this space right now, watching this real time, you're very early. You're part of the early majority. And some of you guys may be part of the early adopters. You've been in here for a while. And some of you guys may even be part of the innovators. But if you're one of the innovators, then, please hit the like button and send me some Bitcoin. Thank you. But you are part of the early majority. You know what I'm saying? You are part of the early majority. Like, you're early. Some people might say, "Oh, I'm late. Bitcoin is at 46,000. Ethereum is at 35." Guess what? In 2017, when Bitcoin was at, you know, $3,000, I believe, or $1,000, and Ethereum was at $100, and Litecoin was at $33, I thought I was late. Did you just hear what I said? In 2017, when Bitcoin was about 3 grand, Ethereum was $100. Litecoin, which was number three at the time, now it's wasn't no Cardano in 2017, bruh. Was no BNB in 2017. No BNB coin. Not when I got in. Not when I got in. Facts. Litecoin was $33. Now people disregard Litecoin, but look at where Litecoin is at right now. $180. And I thought I was late. So if you're watching this right now, 4 years from now, you might come back and watch this video and you might laugh to yourself and chuckle. Sometimes what I do, just for kicks, I like to watch old crypto videos, not necessarily of mine, but of other content creators. And I just like to see the prices. Watching 2017 videos, 2016, 2015, and I'm just like, wow. And shout out to DaVinci J15. I was talking to him on Instagram the other day, man. Cool guy. I really hope to get him on the channel to do an interview. And I can only imagine, for those who are familiar with DaVinci, if you're not, he's a guy who made a video where he was begging people in 2013, or asking them, to be more politically correct. Not saying that he was begging them, but he was pleading. Okay, that's the best word, pleading. 2013, for people to buy a Bitcoin when it was like $1 for just $1 worth of Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin at the time was like $250, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, I don't exactly remember when he made that video, but somebody in the chat, I know you guys can correct me on that. I know you guys like doing that. But he was telling people, get into crypto, buy $1 worth. Now, fast forward 2013 to now, DaVinci lives in Dubai, travels the world, enjoys fine dining everywhere. I mean, to see him, his life is amazing. And so what I'm saying is this. What I'm trying to say is this. You may think that you're late, but you're not. You're early. Now, you're not early like DaVinci was, or early like they were back in 2009, right? When you could probably get Bitcoin for dollar, pennies on the dollar, but you are still very early. Make no mistake. Because 4 years from now, you will never see ADA at 245 again. Ethereum at 3 grand again. Bitcoin at this price. You know why? How I know? Because 4 years ago, well, let me stop. No, you won't. Well, maybe. Let me stop. Because we did see Ethereum at $100 last year, and Bitcoin went down to 5 grand. So you might, because we don't, but in my defense, let me just say this. I mean, we had a once in 100-year event happen last year, right? We did. But these prices are going to continue to increase. And for those who don't believe me, just look at the historical charts, look at the graphs, look at that, and it will co-sign what I'm telling you. Okay, so moving on. So now that we understand the 5 phases of adoption, right? This is very important. The reason I'm bringing this up is because when you look at the laggards, individuals in this category are the last to adopt innovation. Unlike some of the previous categories, individuals in this category show little to no opinion leadership. What I'm saying is that with cryptocurrency, there's going to be people that are going to try to resist. There are going to be people that are going to be happy with the status quo. There are going to be people that would rather still write checks. How many of you know people that write checks in the chat? There's still people that write checks. Now, granted, in certain situations, you're going to need to write a check. Maybe if you pay your electric bill, or at the DMV. Sometimes they don't accept that. But have you noticed that checks are slowly being phased out, or have been phased out for the last 20 years in society? And make no mistake, cash is going to be phased out too. Now, I don't have an exact date for you, but it wouldn't shock me if cash is phased out faster than checks. Innovation is inevitable. Adoption is inevitable. And once again, let me go back to an earlier point that I made. Remember, I was talking about Marco Polo, how he went to Asia, right? Good old Marco here. He probably wasn't as handsome in real life as the picture, but who knows? Marco Polo brought paper money or the concept of paper money to Europe. And it took over 400 years to adopt. 400 years. Bitcoin has been around since 2009. Cryptocurrencies has been around since 2009. And we're already starting to see adoption. We're already starting to see you can, buy things with Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. We're already starting to see Bitcoin ATMs pop up. And some of you guys hit one in the chat. Have you seen a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency ATM in your city? Hit one in the chat. So what am I saying? I'm saying that as technology has evolved for humans, so has adoption. So has adoption. I'm sorry, but it's not going to take 400 years for crypto to be adopted because adoption is happening right now. And I'm showing you guys receipts. Now, if you're watching this 5 years from now, you're going to laugh. You're probably going to be like, oh, Solo, nobody uses these anymore. Now we use hand IDs or something like that. Now, I'm not going to say a chip because, God, no, I'm not putting no chip in my hand. But you guys get the point. Adoption is inevitable. Innovation is inevitable. And this is why I call this channel Trendsetters, because we're here to set the trend. If you're watching this currently, you are a trendsetter. Woo! It's lovely. Now, if you're watching this after, you're still a trendsetter too, because you're my channel. Just make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Now, let's talk about this. This is very, very important. And I'm talking about America right now because I am American. We're in America. 50 million Americans likely to buy crypto in the next year. That was posted on May the 18th. 50 million Americans. Honestly, I don't think that's enough. But let's look at this. 14% of American adults, roughly 21 million people, own cryptocurrency. I wonder, do you guys think that's enough? Not if we're talking for mass adoption, right? Which, remember, is inevitable. However, if we're talking about early adopters, you're part of that top 14%. And some of you guys may have been part of the top 10%. Some of you guys may have been part of the top 5%. I remember a girl, golly, somehow I'm able to bring up girls in these streams. I was dating this girl. She was a beautiful young lady. She was very voluptuous. The type that I like. You guys know me. I like my women bottom and top heavy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she was a beautiful woman, and she was telling me how she used to play these computer games with Bitcoin and how she would earn Bitcoin. But back then, believe it or not, nobody valued it. So she was just like, meh. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is that nowadays you have people, and shout out to I forgot the brother's name. I'll think of it. But shout out to the brother. He was saying it yesterday. My co-host, right? MD, the distinguished man. Okay, I remember his name now. How there was a point where you see people now who had Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, and they didn't think anything of it. They may have bought it or they may have had some on a hard drive, and then boom, later on, these people are looking for it, and there's millions of dollars on it. Matter of fact, it was Trojan Magician who said that. It wasn't distinguished man. It was Trojan the Magician. And how often have you heard that? Some random guy, I made a video about it, finds an old hard drive, boom, there's 2 million on it or 4 million on it, he's rich. Or what about that one guy, I believe in New Jersey, who's got like 20 million in Bitcoin, and he lost it in 2013, but he's going to go through the landfill, guys, to look for it. Landfill to look for this hard drive. Let that sink in. What would you do for $20 million? If I told you, hey, would you go through a landfill, dirty, nasty trash? God can only imagine the type of nastiness and ratchetness that you will find in that landfill. For $20 million, would you do it? I think a lot of people would. But the reality is, it's not necessarily the question, I guess, would you do it? The question is, what is the probability of you finding it? But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I veered off. I veered off. But you guys get the point. Now, new research from the Ascent, a Motley Fool service, found that over 20% of American adults that have never owned cryptocurrency, over 50 million Americans, are likely to buy crypto in the next year. What else does the average American adult think about cryptocurrency? In May of 2021, so, about 5 months ago, right? I know my math is trash. 4 months ago, the Accent survey 2,000 Americans, and that's a very small sample size. Let's be honest. 2,000 American adults about cryptocurrency. We asked whether they understood blockchain, where they get information about cryptocurrency, and what tools they use to invest in crypto. We found that interest in buying cryptocurrency among American adults continues to grow, but lack of understanding is a major barrier of investment. Mm. Guys, I'll be honest. My earliest recollection of hearing about crypto was 2016. It may have been earlier, but 2016, I remember a YouTuber by the name of Hybrid coming on and speaking about this thing called Bitcoin and how you can send it and this and that. And I was flabbergasted, guys, because what he was talking about went over my head. Okay. Now, luckily for me, I have a guy by the name of Ian Bellina who I asked what he was investing in, and he told me, "Hey, I'm doing cryptocurrency. It's going to be the future. It's the wave." And Ian now is one of the most well-known crypto personalities in the space. And I knew Ian before he became a crypto millionaire. I knew Ian even before he worked at IBM. And I thank Ian for getting me going, and I thank Hybrid as well. But the point I'm trying to say is this: and I'm not trying to be too biblical, but there's a quote in the Bible by Jesus in Hosea 4:6. For lack of knowledge, my people perish, or my people are destroyed because they don't know me, right? Why am I quoting that? Because for lack of knowledge, a lot of people don't understand cryptocurrency. Because the average person is not, they're not really going to get into it unless they have, like, if you're in this space right now, you are a trendsetter. And there's a reason I keep saying that, because you took the initiative to really want to learn about it. Okay? You took that initiative to learn about it. And that's why you're here watching me. Now, if you are not in cryptocurrency, but you're watching from afar, then okay, good. I'm glad. Welcome. And I mean that sincerely. But most of us, we don't really, some of us may hear about something and then we're dismissive. Let's be honest, we're humans, right? A lot of us don't pay attention to something unless we hear a lot of other people say it. Let's be honest. Or you might see your boy or your homegirl. She used to be broke and dusty, saddling it up, like O'Shea Duke Jackson would say. All of a sudden, you see her leveled up. And then you're wondering, wow, I remember Pookie. He was a broke guy living in a trap house. Now he lives in a mansion, or he lives in a nice neighborhood in a gated community. Like, what gives? And he tells you, hey, I got into crypto. You're gonna probably be more intrigued and take it more seriously when you know somebody personally who has come up, right? But for lack of knowledge, the understanding, and this is why I come in here, because for me, I didn't understand it either. And then I saw how Ian broke it down simply. And I said, you know what? There are a lot of nuances to crypto. Let's be honest. There's a steep learning curve. Let's be honest. But one thing I realize is maybe I can give information to the person that Ian can't reach or that Vitalik can't reach. Maybe I can, you know, take the information and instead of, and let's keep it real, because crypto is not sexy. The only time, listen, the only time crypto is sexy is when what? When the price goes up. Then all of a sudden we love it. It's sexy. Nobody cares about crypto during a bear market unless you are hardcore like myself, where you're like, whoo, then crypto is sexy because then you can get a lot of these for the low, right? But the reality is that the reason why I like to keep this very simple is because, look, there's no reason to make something complicated, which already is. I'm not a cryptographer. I'm not a financial analyst or a financial advisor. That's why I say it's not financial advice. I'm just the guy who likes anime and POGs, PAAGs, PAWGs, and I like learning. And I like to also make YouTube videos where I can show you, okay, what I learned or share my experiences. And some people relate to that, which is dope. I appreciate that. Now, interest in cryptocurrency continues to grow. Obviously, we've seen evidence of that. Over 51% of Americans who own cryptocurrency bought for the first time within the last 12 months. Let that sink in. Over 51% of Americans who own cryptocurrency bought for the first time within the last year. Okay? 22% of Americans have never purchased cryptocurrency and are likely to buy in the next year. Well, they better buy now or they're going to miss the train. I'm serious. If they're not buying within the next month or two, the train is going to go choo, 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 choo. Facts. Lack of understanding is a barrier for new investors. 29% of people who had never bought cryptocurrency say not knowing what to do with it prevents them from buying. Okay, this is where I come in. We're going to talk about utility in a moment. 20% say they don't understand how to buy it. 24% of all adults don't understand how cryptocurrency works at all. You know what? I would say in the chat, these last two numbers are higher. Right, David K? Do you think that it's only 24% of American adults who don't understand cryptocurrency works at all? I think it's higher than that, David K. Let me know. He says, bear market is where the money is made. Exactly. Everybody thinks it's made on a bull run. No. You know, I used to think like that too. The bear market is where the money is made. If you bought crypto when we were at that high in May, after the high from May to now, and I'm not saying it's a bear market, it was a correction, but that's where the money is made during corrections and bear markets, during dips. Why? Because then you can really fill up your bags. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to give you guys an example because I've seen this before. Let's use Solana because Solana right now is everybody's favorite. Okay, Solana's all-time high is 213.78. It's at 208.75 right now. Guess what? You guys know my motto: buy the dip. Not financial advice, but that's my motto. But guess what? Right now, people are buying Solana at the top. Okay. Now, fast forward. Maybe fast forward 3 to 4 months from now, when Solana might go up a little bit more. Who knows? It might be at 400 or 600 bucks, or it might even go up to 1,000. I'm not saying it will. I'm just throwing it out there. Guess what? Somebody's gonna buy it then. What is that I'm trying to say? What I'm saying is very simple. The bear market is where the wealthy are made, is where rich people are made. I know that for a fact because some of you have told me behind the scenes in my Telegram group or the emails that I've gotten. I appreciate it. That, hey, Solo, thanks to you, I got into crypto. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even a couple brothers made millions. And I'm not trying to air them out because I respect their privacy. And that's amazing. That's amazing to me. Bank integration and rewards are intriguing. 70% of American adults would consider buying more cryptocurrency if they could store it in their primary bank account. No, 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 no. That kind of defeats the purpose of crypto now, does it? It's decentralized. Why why would I buy crypto just to put it in my bank? See, this is where a lot of people don't understand crypto to begin with. Crypto cuts out the middleman so you're your own bank. Well, why would I want that, Solo? Well, because it's your money. Like, do you really need a reason for that? I mean, are you serious? It's your money. Well, in my bank account, it's my money too. Right. So here's what happens in your bank account. What you don't realize is if you withdraw too much money, you get an overdraft fee. It takes forever to process payments, where crypto is way faster. Um, the reality is sometimes you may see on the screen that you have $1,000, but the bank is playing with your money. Oh, okay, but the crypto's not backed by anything. I mean, if I use the money and spend it somewhere, I mean, I'm not. It's not guaranteed, and I get that. Regulation is inevitable as well. I know some people don't want me to say it, but it's coming. Make no mistake, right? But the reality is, you are your own bank. You cut out the middleman. Okay. 65% would consider signing up for a credit card that offered rewards or cash back in crypto. Those exist. I have like two of them, right? Coinbase and crypto.com. And there's a bunch of others too, right? You can Cash App, you can use um, crypto as well. Who else? Who else? I know I'm forgetting, but those already exist. Investors turn to specialized source of information. 37% of American adults get information on which coins to buy or sell from cryptocurrency news websites. Okay. Coinbase is dominant. 67% of American adults who own or have owned cryptocurrency have used Coinbase. No other exchange was used by more than 28% of respondents. And you know what? I know a lot of the veterans are going to cringe when I say that, but if you're a beginner, Coinbase is great. Coinbase is great. But if you're a veteran, woo, we going to look at you and we're going to be like, good job. Good job. You made it to Super Saiyan 1. Now catch up. We're on Super Saiyan Blue, bruh. Catch up. We're in Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan Blue. Now, if you're not a Dragon Ball Z fan, that'll go over your head. The time horizons are short. 65% of Americans who own or have owned cryptocurrency typically sell within a year or when they purchase it. Opinions on regulation are still being formed. 40% of American adults said they didn't know enough about cryptocurrency to have an opinion on whether it should be regulated by the government. Right, for lack of knowledge, remember. Okay. Now, over half of Americans who own cryptocurrency bought for the first time within the last 12 years. Interest in buying cryptocurrency has surged in the last year, with 51% of crypto owners buying for the first time in that period. Our data reveals that the percentage of American adults buying cryptocurrency for the first time has increased over the past 5 years. Okay. So this is it here. How long ago did you buy cryptocurrency for the first time? Now, where would I be? I'm in the green. I bought about my first time was 2 to 5 years ago, 4 years ago to be exact. So that's like 18%. If you bought more than 5 years ago, according to the survey, you're like in the top 10%. If you haven't bought at all, what are you waiting for, right? Hold on a second. Let me check the chat. And I'm not ignoring you guys in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like I said, I like to flow when I'm in my presentation mode. Six Sound says eventually you won't be able to cash out your crypto for paper money because crypto will be the money. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't have an exact time frame of when that be. Could be 5 years. I don't know. It could be 10 years. Could be 20 years, right? But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Over 20% of Americans that have never bought cryptocurrency are likely to buy in the next year. Okay. Now, I know this survey is a very small sample size, and I'm not going to keep going over it, but I find this very, very interesting. The number one reason is, what is the main thing preventing you from buying cryptocurrency? I don't know what to do with it. 29.15%, right? And this is where we're talking about adoption. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, well, what do I do with it? I mean, what's the point? Okay. I mean, you can hedge it. You can, use it as a form of currency. There's different things you can do. I don't understand how to buy it. I never heard of it. 14% say they've never heard of it. If you haven't heard about cryptocurrency, bruh, where are you living? In the Appalachian Mountains? Like, are you living off the grid? Like, how have you not heard of it? I find that hard to believe. I think it's a bad investment. Oh, yeah, I used to hear that one a lot when I used to talk to financial advisors in real life. It's too expensive. That's a myth. That's a myth because you can find altcoins for very reasonable price, some of them pennies on the dollar, right? I'm waiting for people to start using it. What? Does that even make sense? So you're waiting to buy cryptocurrency so that other people will start using it. That sounds like a sheep mentality to me. As I said earlier, some people are not going to do something unless they see somebody else do it. I got to keep it honest, right? I feel like it's too late. What? No, you're not late. Even when this article came out in May, which you're not late. And then 5% is other reason. 49% of Americans who have never owned cryptocurrency would consider buying it if they could store it in their primary bank, which is asinine to me. That defeats the point of cryptocurrency because guess what? Your bank is not going to give you, they're going to charge you to hodl it. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. To me, anybody who says that tells me they don't know crypto. I'm serious. Anybody who says, well, I wouldn't want my bank to have it. Okay, I know some people are going to say, well, what about those guys, Solo, that are worth millions and billions and they rather have their hedge fund guys do it? I mean, I don't think they were interviewing millionaires and billionaires in this survey, but I don't know. I highly doubt it. 65% of Americans would consider a credit card with crypto rewards. 40% would consider receiving part of their salary in cryptocurrency. Okay. Americans are more interested in crypto credit cards than they are in getting paid directly with cryptocurrency. In the chat, let me ask you, how many of you would want to have your salary in crypto? If your job says, hey, we'll pay you in any of the top 25 coins. Now, you can't go past 25. I'm sorry, Shiba and you guys. Oh my gosh, Ethereum Classic made it. But if your job says any of the top 25 coins will pay you in cryptocurrency, hit one if you would take it. I would take it. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, I would take part of it. I would take part of it if I could. Because if it's a bear market, maybe fast forward 10 years in the future and I'll tell you, yeah, I'll take it fully, but I would take half of it. Right? If hit one if you would take half of it or if you would take it fully. And then let me know which coin, but it can only be the top 25. Okay? E-Man says, I was a rookie, never ever used Coinbase. Okay. So, bro, you went straight into the league, huh? You went from straight MVP mode. Okay. Shout out to Camrock. He hits one. Six Sound says half. Granddaddy Go On says, pay me in XRP. I agree with you on that. I would want to get paid in XRP too. XRP or Ethereum for me. Camrock says XRP. I was KG. Okay. All right. I'm mad at that. Kevin Garnett, one of my favorite players of all time. Love that guy. Never met KG. Met Kevin Love though. Met Kevin Love a bunch of times. I got some crazy Kevin Love stories, but this is not a Kevin Love stream, so let's continue. Almost 60% of owners and previous owners of crypto would consider getting part of their salary in cryptocurrency. Okay, so let's talk about integration, which I consider part of adoption, right? We asked survey respondents how they feel about further integrating cryptocurrency in their daily lives. And buying more cryptocurrency, if they could store it in an account with your primary bank, 70% total. Never. You know what? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would you? Can somebody tell me what the benefit would be of having your bank oversee it? Are you afraid that you would lose it? Because make no mistakes, these banks are going to do that. I mean, they're already doing it in a way. And then they're going to charge you an outrageous fee to do it when you can hodl it yourself. Now, hodl, for those who are not familiar with that term, that means that you're your own bank. Okay, so then it talks about this. Now, roughly 9% of people who have bought cryptocurrency don't understand how it works. Okay, if you don't know how it works, this is one of the reasons you probably should watch some of my older videos or take my crypto course. I'm serious because I talk about how it works. How blockchain works and peer to peer. I've talked about that many times actually on my channel, not just with Bitcoin or Ethereum, but many other cryptocurrencies because not all cryptos are alike. I mean, a lot of them are similar, let's be honest, but not all cryptos are the same. Okay. So I'm definitely putting that in the chat. Okay. Please rate your understanding of cryptocurrency. I understand how it works very well. I understand some of it how it works. Okay. Now here's the thing. I think a lot of people understand how it works in regards to what blockchain does and how it works when you send it and whatnot. But how many people, and I'm not trying to be condescending, but how many people understand it, how it works on a technical level? I'm talking about if you're a cryptographer or if you are a engineer. Because I can say I know it very well, but if Charles Hoskinson and me were to have a conversation, I would be a baby to what he knows. I would be a baby. And I've heard Charles Hoskinson, and for those who are not familiar, he's the founder of ADA. Very intelligent guy. Very intelligent guy. Okay. Now you're wondering, Solo, why did you show this article? I'm showing this article because there are a lot of people that don't understand crypto. And this is proof because if you understand decentralization, being the owner of your own sovereignty and not getting gypped by the elites, by the banks, it's a joke. They say they have our best interests at heart, but yet the rich keep getting richer. If you really understood crypto, you wouldn't want your bank anywhere close to your cryptocurrency, right? You wouldn't. And a lot of people don't understand it. Now, I've done a lot of talking, but we're going to talk about adoption, right? We're still on adoption. And please hit the like button, guys. Please hit the like button. You can hear the passion in my voice because I'm getting fired up. I feel like Vegeta right now when he was facing the hit Facts. Remember what I said earlier that cryptocurrency is inevitable? Well, some of you guys may know the next person that I'm going to show you a video of. Some of you probably have seen this already. Okay? Some of you may not have seen it. Roll the clip, Solo.
On currency, it's not current. Old money, as rich as it looks, is flat out broke. Don't believe me? I got receipts. We call it green, but it's only white. Where's the women? The black folks and the people of color. Native Americans got a nickel. A nickel! People don't even stop and pick up a nickel off the side. 7 million Americans.
I love how they like to spin an agenda while they're telling you about cryptocurrency. Now, I know I'm not a political guy, but it's funny. Let's make it all inclusive. Yay. I know people are saying, well, Solo, why is that bad? It's not bad. I mean, crypto is good. It's supposed to be all inclusive. That's but just pay attention. Just pay attention. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. Where's the black coin? I mean, where's the really? It's decentralized. It's for everybody. Avatar Blue could come from outer space right now and say, "Hey, I want to get an exchange if they qualify for it. getting in exchange, or I want to invest in crypto if they are able to do it, and they can get it, right? The point is, why are they making it about race? But let me continue because they're spinning a narrative. But let's continue.
Americans have no bank account. 20 million underbanked. Old money's not going to pick us up. It pushes us down, exploits, systematically oppresses us. But new money is positive, inclusive, fluid, strong.
Really? And here's the thing. I know people are saying, well, so don't you want it to be? I want it to be inclusive. I do. I do. But can we talk about the facts? Can we talk about the facts? And I like the fact that Spike Lee. I like Spike. I do. I don't hate on Spike, even though the Knicks are trash and Reggie Miller killed the Knicks so many times, and so did the Bulls back in the day. But let's talk about the facts. Why does everything have to be about, oh, it's because you're black and white and this gender and you're trisexual, and let's talk about let's stick to the coin. Let's stick to the coin.
Culturally rich. Where status is anything but status quo. Do your own research. The digital rebellion is here. Old money's out. New money is in.
Remember what I showed you guys earlier about those ATMs? Listen, guys, one thing about the elites, they like to tell you guys what they do before they do it. They do. They like to tell you guys. It's just a lot of you guys don't pick up on it because they like to do it through symbolism. They like to do it through numbers, or sometimes even like this. Now, you think this is just an advertisement, but they're telling you what's going to happen. Okay, so that's the Spike Lee commercial, and I think Beyonce was in it too. I mean, hold on, let's see who was in it. I don't know. I thought, oh, so that wasn't Beyonce. Okay, so yeah, Tiana Taylor was in there. Okay, I recognize her. Okay, so I'm showing this to you guys to tell you it's happening. Anybody who tells you now cryptocurrency is a fad or it's gonna be phased out, jokes on them. In 2017, I would have killed to have an advertisement or a video like this. I would have killed to have a video like this. You who are getting into the space now, or who've been in the space a year or less, could you imagine imagine somebody in 2017 or even 2013 or beyond trying to tell somebody, hey, this is Da Vinci was telling people about this in 2013. But see, we're such a faithless society that we don't believe it unless we see it. To be a trendsetter, you have to see the future before it happens. I'm talking Marty McFly, space flying cars type of stuff. Oh yes, it's happening, y'all. I'm talking about we going out of space to Mars. I'm talking about skyscrapers that are so tall that it's gonna look like 2049, where you're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna live there. But I don't want to go over your heads because that's for another video. Let me stick to this now. Okay? But I would have killed to have a video like this. So adoption is happening. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I want to be clear. A lot of people think, well, it's just about money, right? It's just about the price. I want you guys to start understanding that with blockchain technology, what is this is what's fueling crypto. It's going to be beyond that. It's going to change your day-to-day life. Automation is already using blockchain in certain sectors. VeChain, hello. Hey VeChain, right? Self-driving cars. We already got that. Teslas, right? Blockchain is going to be used throughout the whole world. You can store more on blockchain than you can store on, on blockchain computers. I mean, imagine, amazing, amazing. These are 50 companies that are already using blockchain. Bank and finance, HSBC, BBVA, Barclays, Visa, supply chains, Walmart, DB. Now, I'm not saying they're using crypto. Some of them are, but I'm talking about blockchain, the technology behind it, energy, Siemens, Shell, real estate, Westfield, Brookfield, Coldwell Bankers, Trade, SEB, Bank of China. I recognize that. Government of Dubai, Seoul, and add El Salvador to the list, I guess, because now El Salvador is using Bitcoin officially. Okay. Travel, Delta, British Airways. It's happening. It is really happening. And the institutions are getting into it. Right. That's been established in blockchain. But they're also healthcare. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we're not fans of Pfizer. We're not fans of the FDA, CDC, but we got to be honest, right? It's happening. So cryptocurrency is going to be used as well because it utilizes blockchain. Shout out to DC with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Really do. He says, "Hey Solo, do you think it's a good idea to invest in my overtime into ADA or VeChain for the next 3 years? My goal is to retire in the next 5 years." I mean, I don't see why not. ADA and VeChain are definitely two that I'm hodling long term. Now obviously buy the dip or bear markets as much as you can. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to do what I'm doing. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. But yeah, I mean, ADA and VeChain. I mean, this may sound crazy, but it wouldn't shock me if ADA next year isn't $100. Matter of fact, it would shock me if it isn't $100 next year. It would shock me. VeChain, highly underrated. Highly underrated. I love VeChain. Great. VeChain to me should be easily at minimum VeChain should be at $20. VeChain is very underrated, and I don't know if VeChain is this low because of um that it's associated with China or because people don't understand it, right? I will say this, when we talk about adoption, a lot of people look at just the price in regards to using it as a currency. And I'm not mad at that. But this is where a lot of you guys, and this is why I'm taking my time doing this video, because I want you guys to start to understand that it's going to revolutionize how you live your day-to-day life, the technology behind it. And there's certain cryptocurrencies that aren't even, there's somebody right now working on a cryptocurrency that's going to be a top 5 cryptocurrency for years to come. Right now, it's not even listed on any exchange. He's just coming up with the idea right now. He's somewhere sitting in his bedroom or office, or she or them, and they're coming up with an idea that's going to change the world. They're going to come up with an idea that's changed the world. Guys, I'm going to be honest, and this shouldn't shock anybody. There are over 10,000 coins? A lot of these coins, even in the top 50, right? Let's go down. In the top 200, in the top 1,000, they're not going to be around. They're not going to be around, or they're going to be forgotten. A lot of these coins. And another thing, which is going to be very simple, is the top 10 that you see now, 3 months from now might be completely different. 3 months from now, you could see XRP at number one, you could see BTC at number two, Ethereum at number three, or you could see Ethereum at number one, Bitcoin at number two, XRP at number three. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I have seen this, guys. The top 10 can change. If anybody would have told me that 4 months ago, Dogecoin, which was about, Dogecoin was like in this range. It was like a late 20s, high 30s, mid 30s coin, would move up to number five at one point. I would have thought you were capping. Anything is possible. Look at where Solana is at. A month ago, Solana wasn't in the top 10. That's facts. Mike Fletcher says, I would love to know who was really behind that fake protest in El Salvador yesterday. If you don't see that crypto's the future, I wish you well and good luck with Keisha. Well, we know who it is. We know who it is. It's the bears, the opposition that don't want to see this come into fruition. Oh, don't, I know you guys say, well, Solo, you just said the elites are, yeah. They want it to come into fruition, but on their terms. Let me repeat that. The elites, they want crypto to come in on their terms. They want digital currency, more importantly, to come in their terms. Right? That's why they've been calling the government, it's not a secret, they've been trying to come up with their own coin. Some have called it the Fed coin. Some people think that it might be USDC that might be co-opted. Some people think it's XRP. That's why the SEC is messing with XRP. Now look at what's going on with Coinbase. And I thought I had that article, but we can talk about that too. So it's very important that people understand that. What I want you guys to understand is the price is important. I get it. We all looking to be ballers. We all looking to be in our fly Lambos. Although I think Lambos are overrated. I'd rather be in a McLaren or Aston Martin. I love the aesthetics of the Aston Martin. The gas mileage is trash. Let's be honest. Aston Martin's gas mileage, trash. But the aesthetics, love it. We all want to be in a Rolls Royce. Top down. With our beautiful wives or girlfriends. I get it. But what I want you guys to start thinking about is, what is it that you're buying? And what is the purpose? Are you just getting into it because it's the wave and everybody is doing it? Or do you really see something long term? I believe in the projects I get. If I didn't, I even talk about projects that I'm not in because I'm doing my research and I want to get into them. But don't just buy anything because your favorite YouTuber is telling you, yo, this coin is hot, bro. It's going to go to 100 million, bro. Get this BUSD coin. It's going to go to 100 million. No, it's not. I mean, it might in the future, but I doubt it. I just got to be honest. Binance, we'll see if Binance is still around 6 months from now. But here's the reality. What I want you to simply do is, you guys got to understand that with adoption, it's not just being able to use it as a currency, but when I talk about Web 3.0, like Ethereum, right, and smart contracts, this is where we're gonna get into now utility, right? We're gonna get into that and usage, because you really have to start. You have to have an imagination. I want you guys to think, listen, if you're watching this video, you already think outside the box. I know you probably think I'm a weirdo. Good. You're probably a weirdo too if you got into the crypto market. Because there's a lot of people that says, well, it's not real, man. It's digital money. Well, what do you look at when you go online and look at your bank account? You think that's real money? Wait, you really think that you have $1,000 in your bank account? You don't think the bank is using your money for whatever? Let me just stop, man, because I'm just going too deep. Let me stick to the basics, bro. Matrix 4 coming out, bro. So I'm in my Neo bag right now. Forgive me. Let's talk about utility tokens, coin versus utility tokens, and security tokens. Because when I talk about adoption, utility, and usage, I use them interchangeably sometimes. But let's talk about this. This is very important. Okay. Now, coins are money. Okay. We mostly use paper money, metal coins, or electronic money to conduct commercial transaction. This kind of money is called fiat currency. Any government issued currency is fiat currency. That means that money supply value is controlled by a central bank. Okay. Now, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin on October 31st, 2008. I thought it was 2009, but okay. The functionality of digital coin is just that, a means of payment. It has the same features as money. It's a unit of account, store of value, and medium transfer. A crypto coin is not that different from a physical one that we can keep in our pockets. It's just digital and not controlled by a central bank. Now, this is very important, guys, because remember, adoption is happening. You're already using digital money and you ain't even know it. Every time you pay somebody using Cash App, when I get the notion, when you send a Cash App donations to my channel or your favorite YouTuber channel, that's digital, bro. Venmo, PayPal, that's digital. Keisha, that's digital. Facts. Okay? So you're already, believe it or not, but you're already learning how to use or how to, well, not technically, but you are kind of, in a sense, learning how to use crypto when you do PayPal or Venmo or Cash App. Now, crypto is obviously different, but there's going to come a point where your wallet is going to be your cell phone. You're not going to have a wallet. And I've talked about this before. Apple Wallet now has a feature where you can scan your driver's license, and it's already being accepted in 2 states. They're going to have it be accepted in 8 more states. Your actual ID might be like your social security number. How many of you walk around with your social security number? Not a lot of you guys. You might just have it for certain purposes. And now with the technology of crypto, with smart contracts, like ADA, for example, if you are afraid of losing your college degree, the actual certificate of the degree, you can put that into a smart, into that smart contract form, blockchain form. And then you can send your resume out like that. Vroom, 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 vroom. Adoption is inevitable. Innovation is inevitable. Are you still following me? Utility tokens offer the right to a service or product. A utility token has a wider function than a coin. Utility tokens do have value, but they cannot be considered money as straightforward as a coin. Utility tokens can provide value to investors in different ways. They give users access to a future product or service. Okay? Let's stop it right there. Let me use my favorite one. Let's use Let me give you an example. YouTube. Let's say YouTube had a their own blockchain called YouTube, and then they have their YouTube token called YT token. That's short for YouTube token. Okay? Now let's say you wanted to donate to me. Instead of using cash or paying credit, using your debit or credit card to cash send super chats, you can use the YT token to donate to me. Sounds amazing, right? Guess what? There's already a cryptocurrency out there known as Theta that does that. And not only can you donate in that token, T-Fuel, right? But also, when you watch videos, you earn T Fuel. Now imagine this. Could you imagine watching me ramble on for an hour and a half and you get paid to do so? Who wouldn't like that? I would love that. I mean, a lot of us, let's keep it real. How many of you guys watch YouTube more than 20 hours a week? Keep it 100. Wouldn't you love to get paid for it? Wouldn't you love to get paid for playing your favorite video games? They're already, I mean, people get paid for that already. You have to be good. But imagine that there are cryptocurrencies out there that are working on that. Where if you play a certain video game or computer game, you get paid in that token. So you're making money while you play. Hey, hey, hey. Okay? A Uber token, for example, could be used to pay for a ride with an Uber car, but not for anything else. That's the catch. That's the catch. So you can use the token just for that particular blockchain or cryptocurrency. If you wanted to use Uber token to buy another product service, you would first have to exchange it against either fiat money or a crypto coin, such as Bitcoin. In practice, the use of these terminologies is not sharp and clear cut. The terms coin and token are often used synonymously. Exactly. It can be very confusing to a beginner. You might think to yourself, well, what's the difference between Theta and T-Fuel? Same company, but you can use T-Fuel on the Theta platform. And Theta does exist, by the way. And yes, I do have a Theta YouTube channel. And once Theta really takes off, boom, I will be on Theta. Now, Theta is similar to YouTube, but they use blockchain that'll allow you to have crisper live streams. So no more struggle live streams where my video feeds are buffering, because they'll take internet from Theta users, so that way people all over the world are able to watch it at a high, crisp quality. Whether you're in Bangladesh, whether you're in Nigeria, whether you are in Ukraine, whether you are in New York City, Atlanta, New York, LA, Antarctica, doesn't matter. You can watch Theta. That is the future, ladies and gentlemen. Are you still with me? All right, let's go. Security tokens represent an investment. The new star in Crypto Town is the security token. Security tokens derive their value from an external tradable asset, for example, stocks or real estate. If you buy a tokenized version of a stock, you will acquire the same rights that you would get when you buy a stock via a traditional stockbroker. And guess what? That is inevitable as well. Apple is already talking about this. So you can buy Apple in a crypto form as a token. And it's a real Apple stock that you own. Amazing. Amazing. The major distinction to utility tokens is that security tokens are designed to be investments, thus they fall under the same regulatory oversight as other investment products. If a company issues a security token, the process is not called ICO, but STO, security token offerings. STOs need to be registered with the respective financial market authority. Why am I bringing this up? Because now we're talking about utilities, right? Now I'm painting the picture for you guys. This is one of the reasons why XRP is having issues right now, because the SEC is trying to define it as a security token. I personally think that XRP is just a coin. Shout out to Friedman's Journal. He says Theta is competing with Odyssey. That is why the SEC is after their crypto, tipping the scales in Theta's Google favor. Okay, Odyssey. And you know what? Let me look that up. I'm not even familiar with that. See, even on my own show, guys, I learned Odyssey. When did that one come out, Mr. Journal? Let me know. Let me know. Six Sound says crypto definitely gonna change gaming. Oh yeah, it already is doing that. Look at what's going on with these NFT games. And we're gonna talk about more of that soon, guys. I have 5 different videos that I'm working on, PowerPoints, different presentations, different concepts. Some of them I'm putting the finishing touches on. Some of them I'm just working on the outlines. You guys are going to see a lot of crypto content coming from me within the next few months, as I said. I wake, I sleep, I breathe, I eat crypto. That's facts. You guys don't understand. Like the last year, it's become an obsession, but in a good way. I've really immersed myself in this. I really live this because this is the future. And if you're watching this right now, you are a trendsetter. Make no mistake about it. I remember as a little kid, I always envisioned to myself what it'd be like to travel ahead in time and then come back and tell myself, hey, do this, do that. Well, I don't have to do that anymore because I see the future now and I'm walking in alignment with it. Whew. Love it. Love it. Now, this here is an article that talks about why Ethereum is a utility, right? And utility, when I talk about utility, I usually reference usage. And this article talks about Ethereum because a lot of people know utilities as ERC20 tokens or the ERC20 standard. That's the Ethereum standard. That's why Ethereum is the big one. Ethereum is the Muhammad Ali, right? Yeah, you might have Mike Tyson there, and no disrespect to Mike, because Mike was a beast. You might have Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, but we all know Muhammad Ali. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, Muhammad Ali came first. Muhammad Ali was the one. That's facts. Okay? Which grant token holders certain rights. For example, Filecoin holders are permitted to use its decentralized data storage network. That's a utility, guys. So now we're not just talking about currency, but now we're talking about like file token where you can use it as a storage network for cloud storage, for example. Alternatively, a game development company could issue utility tokens to fund its next release, which hodlers could spend on gaming accessories. Decentraland, Sandbox, I believe, is one. Axie Infinity. This is where I'm going with this, guys. Everybody thinks of crypto as just, currency. But I'm telling you guys, once you really, for lack of better verbiage, but once you take the real red pill, right? Like Neo did in the Matrix, it'll open up your eyes and you'll be able to see 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. The world is about to change. And I know this may sound crazy to y'all, but guess what? When Da Vinci J15, and I love that guy, I really do. When he made that video in 2013, nobody believed them. But guess what? Every time crypto, the search engines, for crypto, the keywords go up for Google, for Bitcoin and such on Google and whatnot. Da Vinci's videos goes viral again. Why do you think that is? People are looking for information. And even though that video is nearly 10 years old, it still gets a lot of new viewers. And Da Vinci gets new subscribers because of it. Some of us, it takes longer to take the red pill. And I'm not talking about the red pill in the sense of what you guys know it as, but I'm talking about what we're talking about in this sense. What's going to really happen. The future. Society. How you live your day to day. How it's going to affect various industries. Shout out to Mike Fletcher with the $20 super chat. He says, keep pushing. I respect you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Friedman's Journal with the $5 super chat says, we need crypto to level the playing field. Yeah. It's going to be the greatest wealth transfer ever. That's what crypto's going to do. Crypto's going to help a lot of you guys with generational wealth. It's going to help a lot of you guys pay off bills, start businesses. It's going to help a lot of you guys to be able to help your families. It, wow. I posted Da Vinci's channel in the chat. Once again, guys, this stream, this is probably one of my better streams. I want you guys to start thinking macro instead of micro. Micro is price. Yeah, I love price. I love seeing data go up. I love that. I love seeing it go from 20 cents to where it's now because that's when I first started talking about it. I love that. And I love seeing it now where it's at 245 go to 100 and beyond. That's great. But I want you to start thinking in macro. How's Cardano or ADA, for example, going to revolutionize industries in regards to smart contracts with Alonzo, which I hope is very successful. Right? If you're watching this in the future, let me know in the past. But how's it going to revolutionize people's lives? Instead of needing an ID now in the Ethiopian schools, they have a contract with them. Now you can use your ADA or Cardano ID. How's Ethereum going to change industries, which is already doing it? So, and here's the thing, anybody can do that. Anybody can come up with an idea and you can work on Ethereum. That's how these Ethereum tokens come about. That's how Shiba Inu came about. You can come up with a crazy video game and then use cryptocurrencies as tokens or cloud storage or help different networks that don't speak with each other to be able to speak to one another, like Chainlink. Anyway, let me just stop, man. Whew. So the last video is a video that came out, and it's funny to watch it now because now it's 5 months later, but I want to play this. Here we go.
That are starting to adopt at scale. We mentioned central banks, but payments companies, online brokers, asset managers. Are we going to look back at this early part of 2021 and say this was the year that institutions really got it?
I think so. And in fact, we might actually look at 2020 as the year that institutions really got into crypto, and 2021 as the year that they've announced that they've got into crypto. Because announcements like Goldman coming back in a very meaningful way into crypto, announcements just as the one that was this week with Visa's partnership with Anchorage, they've been worked on for a long, long time. And so they are being announced now, but they've been in actual progress for all of 2020. So 2020 has definitely been the year of institutions and very different.
You guys see that? Let's just go back. Visa, check. Square, right? Cash App. What else does Square own? Because I know Cash App is like a subsidiary. Check. Tesla. Well, we already know. Muskrat. Shout out to Elon Musk. PayPal. Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan. Microsoft. Amazon. They're looking to hire a blockchain specialist. Walmart the same. Innovation is inevitable. Blockchain is inevitable. Cryptocurrency is inevitable. Are you guys still following me? Let's go.
Year of institutions and very different than the run-up in prices from 2017, which was primarily retail-led.
Right. So where do you think the biggest friction comes from here on out? A lot of people still point to price volatility making it difficult as a payments mechanism. There's the ESG element and the amount of electricity that you need, obviously. And then others sort of are beginning to worry about the taxable events that you create when you use it. I mean, of those, or maybe there's something else that you have in mind.
I think all of these have actually been surpassed. And there's always been, if we're talking about Bitcoin specifically, a narrative across.
And, everybody looks at regulation like it's a bad thing, right? Hand Sanitizer says, I'm working on a crypto project, ATM. Once I'm done, I'd love to come on. Would love to have you on, bro. Would love to have you on. Just make sure to send me the white paper roadmap. Because man, if it's a shit coin, bro, I got to keep it real. I'm not putting you on. You know what I'm saying? No hex. uh, Han says, "Well, there goes privacy and freedom." Well, here's the thing: regulation, I think, is inevitable. I hate to say it, right? But people, I want to gonna have some sort of guarantee or comfort. I think that if the powers that be, the overlords, as you know, you guys know what I'm talking about, if they do it right, they do it right. Crypto is not going anywhere. That's been established, and they now know that it's for real. And adoption, we already talked about that. But I think that regulation, if it's done the correct way, will help a lot with the what's the word that I'm looking for? The hold on. He said the word. I forgot the word. He said it though. Hold on.
And there's always been, if we're talking about Bitcoin,
Volatility. Okay. I think that if a regulation is done correctly, it can help with the volatility. However, then you're not gonna have the type of the volatility is what makes this market fun. Let's be honest. We all love it when we see a coin go up 20, 30% in a day or two or in a week, right? The volatility is what allows a lot of people, such as yourself, to make money. But on the flip side, nobody wants to lose money. But that's part of the game, right? Let's continue.
Bitcoin specifically, a narrative across time of the thing that is wrong with Bitcoin. And every single step of the way, that problem has been improved on. Technology has come up and solved it. And so it's not going to be different for any of this. 3 years ago, the problems were with lack of qualified custody. Now Anchorage is the first federally chartered crypto bank. 3 years ago, the problems were with liquidity. Now we have a very highly liquid market and many, many market makers that are in the US to provide this and internationally. So all of these problems are actually going to be surpassed. And let me remind you that crypto is not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin is something that corporates are taking a position in on their treasuries, on their balance sheets for capital preservation. We're also seeing
and that's another thing that I talk a lot about in my crypto course and whatnot. There's more than just Bitcoin, guys, and Ethereum, right? Now, a lot of people know you make money in the bear market, right? Not financial advice, but that's where the real money is made. And you make money in the coins that still have potential to, 10x, 100x, 1,000x. That's why a lot of people became millionaires when Doge went up. Nobody could have seen Doge coming. Look at Doge at the time. This was in April. It was 5.9 cents. I know people who bought it for less than a penny. This is why so many people are so bullish on Shiba Inu and Kisha Inu and Satoma or Satamai and Goku coin or whatever, Pod coin. Facts.
Massive increase in the use of stablecoins and interactions. Visa allowing crypto native settlements using USDC is such a big step forward for the crypto industry, and that is not related necessarily to Bitcoin.
Diego, some things haven't changed all that much, though, over the last few years, and that is crypto as a medium of exchange. It's still not widely used, although that could be changing. You had PayPal's announcement earlier this week, checkout with crypto, and I wonder, to go mainstream.
And guess what? You can now trade Bitcoin on Cash App and actually also send it to external wallets when you verify your ID. And it's only Bitcoin. Wait, Solo, what did you say earlier again? Adoption. Right. No, the other part. Oh, yeah. Innovation is inevitable. Yeah. Let me just stop before people think I'm just, repeating myself.
does it need to be used as a medium of exchange as well? And, aren't they kind of at conflict with each other? If you think that Bitcoin or other cryptos are going to continue to go up, why would you want to use it in the first place? So does it have to be one or the other, a store of value or a medium of exchange?
Different cryptos have different use cases. And you're absolutely right that Bitcoin hasn't historically been used for medium of exchange because the price has been increasing. However, I think people shouldn't be thinking about crypto adoption as you being able to pay for a coffee shop or a coffee in San Francisco using Bitcoin. What's happening is not that. And I think you have to look at the PayPal announcement and the Visa announcement in a different light. What's actually happening on the ground is that you have wallets that have cryptocurrency, whether they're stablecoins or Bitcoin, they have different types of cryptocurrencies. And the mechanism of acceptance is your PayPal account or your Visa credential. You are still tapping your Visa card on the Square terminal to pay for your coffee. And in the back end, there's going to be a conversion of the crypto balance into fiat. But the consumer is actually paying with crypto without knowing they're paying for crypto.
Yeah, bro. So when I use my Crypto.com card or my Coinbase card, it looks just like a regular Visa, right? And some of you hit one if you have a Coinbase card, a Crypto.com card, or you have a debit or credit card that's backed with crypto. And you know what I love about it, AUC? I don't know if AUC is still in the building, in the chat. You know what I love about using my Coinbase card? When I use it, I get 4% XLM as a reward. I get 4% of XLM. Or you can use it and get 1% back in Bitcoin. Right? 4%. With your Crypto.com, I believe it's even higher than that, depending on what level you're at Crypto.com. Now, I don't use Crypto.com like that. I have a dummy account. I don't know if I should share it or not. I only put like $100 in. It's at like, last time I checked was like a 132 during the crash. Went as high as 150 at one point. But yeah. It's amazing, bro. Imagine your bank giving you 4% back for saving. Pah! Not since like the 70s.
So when we talk about mass crypto adoption, what's going to happen first is that it's going to be invisible. And it's going to replace the less efficient parts of the traditional finance system, such as the settlement legs, which is one of the things that Visa announced with a crypto native settlement. Removing the fiat.
XRP, XDC, XLM. Thank me later.
From that portion of the leg means that the consumer can actually pay with their Visa credential and credit card or with their PayPal account without ever realizing that there's actually crypto conversion happening in the back.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching. See you.
Well, guys, and that's my presentation. I appreciate you guys for watching. For those who want to learn more about crypto, how it works, I do offer my Trendsetter Cryptocurrency course as well. I thank all of you guys for supporting me because this is not a popular topic, right? Everybody would rather talk about Kim Kardashian or some big booty pogs. I probably have more viewers, right? But it's not about that. It's something deeper. We're talking about the future here. We're talking about generational wealth that can change your whole lineage. What type of content creator would I be if I were just to talk about women all the time or feminism all the time or 10 steps on how to forgive your girlfriend for her cheating on you? What? No. This is deeper than that, guys. This is so much deeper than that. And I really need you guys to take this seriously. That's why I always say DYOR, do your own research. Do your own research. There's nothing wrong with learning about feminism and women, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with that. However, we're talking about something that could affect your entire family line, generational wealth, where they're going to be like, Uncle Perez is the reason why we're in this big mansion 100 years from now. Your legacy will continue. Your legacy ain't going to continue because you watch a couple of videos on YouTube about feminism and a woman did this. I mean, maybe if you have children, but you guys get the point. This is different. This is different. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it blows my mind how many people are just oblivious, walking around. This is the real blue pill. People just walking like zombies and going to Starbucks and McDonald's and, you know, talking about Kim Kardashian and love and hip hop and Instagram thoughts and OnlyFans. Wow. We're talking about generational wealth. A once in a lifetime opportunity that could completely uproot you and then reroot you with a deeper foundation. Your legacy not only will be cemented for generations to come in your family lineage, unless they squander the money, God forbid, but also how it can change your life, your dreams, your aspirations, the passions that you had, how it can really change your life. A lot of you guys have been working hard, working 2 jobs. I've been there. Working overnights. I've been there. Working overnights and days. I've been there. The freedom. Nobody can put a price on freedom. So when people talk about price, I get it because money is good. But I'm talking about the financial freedom where you can do whatever you want and you ain't got to worry about punching a damn clock. This is what we're talking about, a once in a lifetime opportunity. And who would I be if I were just to talk about the same old, because this ain't the same old. As soon as that 19 came in, we were on the clock. They were letting you know what time it is. Automation coming. Social Security ending coming. I really need you guys to take this seriously. Do your own research. Because once you get into this rabbit hole, this is the real red pill, bro. We're talking about freedom, sovereignty. When you're a multi-millionaire or even a billionaire for some of you guys, and you're in Colombia or Monaco or Malta, are you going to be worried about what a feminist says in America? No. You're going to be living your best life. You're going to be growing your hair out. You're going to look like Floyd Mayweather. Anybody seen Floyd Mayweather with the beard lately and his hair growing out? You're going to do you. And it's not just going to change your life financially with how you can live, but also how you can help people, how you can really help not just your family and friends, but how we can help other men to become better. Because now we have the resources. We have the resources, we have the time, and we have the power. God bless you guys, and God bless America. Right now, today's the official launch of the Trendsetter Cryptocurrency course, but before we get into that, let's talk about where the market is right now. So Bitcoin is still seeing some resistance, trying to get to 60K. It's at $59,367.57 right now. We can definitely hit 60 today. I don't see why not. Ethereum, it's been at $2,004.57. I don't see why Ethereum wouldn't be able to match the record or break it today. Ethereum has been at around 2,000 for the last few hours today. Binance Coin, oh my goodness, Binance Coin. You know what? I could have never predicted, you know? And this is why when you look at something, nobody can really tell the future. Although I know some people will say, well, I predicted it. Okay, all right, cool. But Binance Coin has really, really, really juked up. And if you got BNB, I know you got to be happy with your holdings, right? ADA's at 122. Still, wait, the prices that you guys are seeing, these were April. These were the prices in April. Guess what, guys? Ethereum is already at 3,000. Crash that. Facts. Bitcoin is at 45. When do I think we'll see these prices again? I'm hoping by the end of the month. If not, at the latest beginning of next month. Keep rolling the clip, Solo. A little bit off from 150. Okay, so Filecoin. Let's talk about that. Ooh, Filecoin is just the last 24 hours just gone down. And I know a lot of people are big fans of Filecoin, right? Some people have come up on it. Theta. Filecoin was 194.86. Where's Filecoin at right now, Solo? So they don't think that you capping. Filecoin is at 89.83. Matter of fact, let me buy some after this stream. Heck yeah, I'm going to buy the dip. Hell yeah. Also, it's been down a bit, but I know people who have Theta, they're bullish. I mean, Theta people are some of the most bullish people that the Theta maximalists, right? They're some of the most bullish people out there, even more bullish than XRP people. And you Theta people, I don't like you. Why? ADA was 121 back in I made this in April when I released the course. ADA was 121. Theta was at $12.30. Theta right now, $6.69. Oh yeah, let me get some more of that too. Facts. Let me get some more Theta as well. Mm-hmm. Because you guys keep bragging about your Theta, and every time I try to get it from an exchange, I can't get it. Like I said, send me 5 Theta. I'll send you $100 in Bitcoin, man. No cap. Okay, so let's get to the Trendsetter cryptocurrency course. This is created by me, and I really, really poured my heart, sweat, and tears into this. This process is very detailed because of the fact of the things that I cover. And let's address the elephant in the room, right? Oh, it's $199. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this course, right, and I'll go through it. Well, it's a little more now because I've added some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Facts. we upgraded. We upgraded, baby. Facts. A bit. This is the type of course where that $199, if you follow the steps, it'll pay back in itself. You'll make that money back like that. If you were to do like a dating course for $700-800, that course. Wait, stop the show. It might be outdated. Stop the show. You spent $700-800 on a dating course. You might pull a 4 or 5. And then you pull a 6 or a 7. But you get into this Trendsetter course, you might 10x it. Oh, wait, is that going over your heads? I know. Within 6 months or a year. With this course, you have lifetime access. And what I'll actually plan on doing is, with the beginner's course, if there are updates as need be, then I will do update. And there have been many updates. I gave my Q2 update, facts. I show you how to buy Shiba Inu and SafeMoon, facts. Well, I show it to you on the website too here for free on my YouTube page. I also have exclusive interviews as well. And I have a Q2 update that I didn't post on YouTube, a latter version, and I will have a Q4 update for coins that I'm looking at. And those are going to be both low cap coins and medium cap, as well as high cap. I'm going to do all of them. So I'm going to probably have about 15 to 20 different coins. And some of these coins I haven't even shared on my YouTube channel. Share them on Patreon too, if you want to check out the Patreon, for sure. So this is the type of course that for that price, it's a small investment towards your future, which will pay back in itself. And if you talk to anybody that has dealt with me regarding crypto or heard about cryptocurrency because of me, they will tell you what Solo is telling you is right. It'll pay back in itself. So what's included? How to research potential coins, how to get cryptocurrency, how to... Okay, so let me stop it right there. Because honestly, I just wanted to show the prices initially. But yeah, how to research potential coins so you don't get into an ish coin, how to get crypto, show you how to buy from the exchanges, straight from the mud, no pictures. I show you how to do it step by step. How to exchange crypto, show you how to do it step by step. Show you how to use various different exchanges. Interview with my mentor, Ian Bellina, multimillionaire, right? Like I said, I've got an updated, I show you how to set up your Nano Ledger S, your Trezor wallets. I show you how to do that step by step. I show you how to do that step by step from opening the package to putting your money in, step by step. Okay? 5 common cryptocurrency scams, the updated version, 2021 Q2 coins, Q4 coins are going to be coming. I know a lot of people wonder about that. That's me right there. For those who wonder what I look like, I've lost 20 pounds since that picture. Anyway, God bless you guys. This was a fun stream, and we out.
First nigga with the hatchback, I'm a trendsetter.